Hey guys, before we start this video, I'd like to say this is in fact not my script. The credits will be in the description. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Katsuki Bakugou hadn't made much of an effort to stay in touch with his friends from middle school when he had joined UA. In fact, he couldn't care less. He wasn't in this world to play friendly with people who could just act as barriers to his goal. Friends were a distraction, not pillars of support. How many people had played friends and then shown no mercy when faced with a competitive task? People were quick to turn, so he saw no point in trying to form a bond with anyone. Katsu, hey! He grunted as you collided with his chest, arms wrapping around his waist and gripping onto him tightly. In your usual greeting, you held him for a second, releasing him and stepping back lightly so you could look up at him, a cheerful grin stretching across your lips when you met his eyes. He rolled his eyes, gently shoving past you and leading the way towards the stairs, tuning in and out of your excited chatter. Katsuki didn't see the point in having friends unless they were you. Your first meeting was a memory burned into his mind. His mother had dragged him into some sort of event, embracing a woman tightly when they had arrived. You had instantly locked onto him from behind, your mother's legs stepping forwards and introducing yourself for the first time in your life, telling him firmly that you were going to be best friends. He had rejected it at first, but your persistence was admirable. Eventually, he had grown to like your presence. You were loyal, you stuck by his side and supported him whenever you had the chance, proudly proclaiming that you were Lord Explosion Murder's first and number one fan. With time, he had grown to tolerate you, enjoy having you around, and actively seek to hang out with you. He was happy to call you his friend. Are we still good to go see the movie this weekend? You asked, as you two finally arrived at his desk. He slung his bag down, dropping down into the chair, pressing his back against the wall, gaze fluttering up to you. Of course we are, he mumbled back, tearing his eyes away from you to briefly survey the classroom. It was still relatively empty. Ida, of course, was there. Koda and Sato was just settling in. Yurika entering the room with Asui just behind her. His eyes snapped back at you, and a lazy smile found its way on his lips. You continued to talk, body language expressing your excitement. When the time came, you dutifully went over to your seat, happily talking with Kaminari and Kirishima from the place across the classroom. He couldn't help but the pang of jealousy he felt into his chest. His anger bubbled, and he bit his lip to prevent an outburst. When that day's practical was announced, he was decided quickly to decide that you were on his team. It was a similar scenario to one the class had first faced. 2 teams, 1 villain, 1 hero. The aim for the heroes to retrieve a flag. You couldn't stop the giggle escaping your lip when your rivals were announced. Ida and Midoriya as villains, the 2 of you as the heroes. Katsuki quickly launched into his normal proclamations of how easy it was going to be. You go retrieve the flag, I'll fight the 2 extras, he told you firmly, as he led you into the building. Are you sure? You asked. Ida and Midoriya are fast. You might not be able to keep up with them. Like that, 4 Eyes and Stupid Deku would be able to defeat me. Katsuki growled as he rounded the corner. The flags should be a couple floors up from here. If we meet them on the stairs, then we have an advantage. You smiled, shaking your head as you followed him up the stairs. Katsuki continued to grumble to himself, leading you up the flight of stairs before entering the hallway there. The 2 of you searched the floor, Katsuki grumbling, carrying down the hall from the opposite end, almost masking the sudden footsteps you heard. You sensed immediately, head snapping at your left, eyes locking with Midoriya's. Katsuki, go run. Go get the flag and I'll hold them off, you shouted, dodging a punch that Midoriya threw your way. Katsuki's heart leapt through his throat at the sound of your voice, and he swerved and round just in time to land a punch on his shoulder. To see Midoriya land a punch on your shoulder, flinging you back and causing you to crash on the ground roughly. A cry of pain slipped past your lips. A rage instantly swept over Katsuki. You pushed yourself, wincing as the sharp pain shot through your shoulder. looking behind you in search of your teammate. Katsuki, what are you doing? Go get the flag. In an instant, Katsuki suddenly launched forward, flying past you and colliding with the advancing Midoriya. That's my best friend, you fucker. You heard your heart swelled as Katsuki threw punch after punch after punch at Midoriya, igniting his explosions at any opportunity, courageously being off him. For a moment you hesitated before pushing yourself onto your feet and scurrying down the hall away from them. Ida proved to be difficult to slip past, but with a quick veil of lava, he backed away long enough for you to grab the flag. The victory siren blaring through the halls. The building shook with one last large boom, causing you and Ida to stumble before rushing downstairs, met with a sight of Katsuki holding Midoriya down, breathing heavily. Bakugou released Midoriya at once. She got the flag. The test is over. Ida shouted, arms moving around erratically as he marched towards the pair. Surprisingly, Katsuki listened, letting go of Midoriya with one large shove, and rising to his feet, eyes searching as he looked over his shoulder. When he met yours, relief seemed to conquer any other emotion. He advanced towards you quickly, gently grabbing your arms, and running his eyes over you, checking for any visible injuries. Once he was satisfied with the fact you were unharmed, he drew you to his chest and hugged you, a surprised gasp escaping you. Katsuki never showed affection publicly. You're a stupid best friend for putting yourself in danger like that, dumbass. I should beat your ass. If you ever pull something like that, I'll fucking kill you. A laugh slipped past your lips this time. I love you too, Katsuki. Hey guys, I'm just letting you know, the reason why this video is so bad is because it is currently 12 AM. It is on a Sunday. I am very tired, and this is why my voice comes across very iffy, and I probably made a lot of mistakes in this video, but the next video should be a lot better. But I hope you guys enjoyed still anyways.